Alright guys, this Sunday afternoon I'm out here, we're kind of cleaning up some around the shop, back behind the shop. I'll show you that here in a few minutes, but we're kind of got some plans for back there going on right now. So we're trying to get a big load of scrap. On the 57, I think I'm about to start vacuuming this junk out of here real quick and marking some lines to cut. I kind of already got a little plan, but I'm start getting these old floors cut out of here, and then we can go from there, start fitting up the new ones, and ready to kind of jump on this thing. Alright guys, I'm about ready to get started cutting on this thing. So I've got some kind of lines in my head of how I'm going to do it. Got all my gear and stuff set up here, so I'll probably just set you guys on a little time lapse and we'll try to get these old floors out of here. We're going to flintstone it real quick. Yeah, so I got that one out. Then I got to get underneath, I think, and cut these T-posts out here and all this. All that's all up behind the rockers, and it goes all the way back there. I could take that piece from the other floor pan and just lay it in there, or either just cut the other one out, just cut it right around there and just lay it all in as one piece maybe, or do it as two pieces. I need to.
You was getting cross piece right there. You was getting into it, which that's fine. You might want this side move forward a little
Yeah.
That's you need to lay right on top of there anyway. So that'd be good.
Yeah, so I know where they're at now. So this one goes all the way across, but it's pretty rough. But Dan at DD Speed Shop, he got a piece, and it almost looked like it was made to just like you cut that off and it just cupped up under there and you welded it, and it, instead of having to replace the whole thing, because he was doing it with the floor pans still in it, like he was just cutting them out underneath and replacing them, because the floor pans weren't bad, it was just the braces that were bad. So I got, the car came with a new one, a new front one.
You got a front one for this side too?
Yeah, I got a front one for that side too.
It looks just better to get the rusted hunks out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, the frame is fine, so I just need to clean all that stuff up, get all this crap cut out of here, get all this skin off of that. I mean, you can't, I guess that's spot welded to that, but I mean, you can't see where they were.
Take that air chisel and get up under and just start peeling it back.
Yeah.
Cut them spot welds in two.
And I think that whole brace will come out of there. I just need to cut those bolts off on it that attach it to the frame.
There's my damn socket I've been hunting for 35 years. See it?
Was it on the windshield wiper?
It's stuck.
That's probably why it's still on there.
Wiggler and all. A
Napa 3/8 wiggler.
That thing been there a minute.
Alright guys, we've been making a little more progress on the tractor, but between all that, a couple days ago a buddy of ours stopped by the shop and he had something he was looking to trade off or get rid of. It was a little bit too much for him, and this one thing happened to be Dad's weakness, so he's been in here polishing on this thing for like 2 days now, so we'll try to catch him. What you doing?
Oh, that's you. I thought that was somebody else coming in here. I'm still rubbing on this thing.
What'd you get?
This is my newest secret weapon. Ronnie Sanders are gonna find out. See what you think about it there. Little field, 871, retrofit, high helix. Supposed to make hundreds more horsepower. We finna find out.
Supposedly. It's pretty. It's got spots for nozzles back here, so we ain't never had nothing like that.
Yeah, it's got the extra nozzles in the back.
But it's a 871 though, right?
Yeah, 871. It's all the strips and stuff in it, and it feels pretty tight, so it hadn't got many passes on it. So yeah, I'm sure it's gonna make a lot more boost than what we had.
Yeah. So Kevin came by the other day, and he nobody knows how he come up with it.
God, I got stuck pretty good with it, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, I basically traded the old 671. It was a Mooneyham, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Mooneyham.
Yeah, it was my Mooneyham 671. So I traded up. I gave him the 671 and some cash money for this. So I'm just sitting here kind of rubbing on it to see what I can find wrong with it and how bad I got rid of stuck. But if it makes the power, I don't really care what it looks like.
Yeah, I think it ought to do good. I mean, I think we're kind of, even that other one that we had, we're kind of pushing it. It seemed like so.
When it kept making more and more boost, but never got any faster, didn't it?
Yeah.
I always complained about the top end of the car. It just never, once it hit high gear, just kind of laid over, just motored right along, stayed right there, and never got no faster.
Yeah.
I'm thinking supercharger, man, this thing ought to just pull till I can't stand it no more. To the moon, all the way past finish line, shows me still pulling. Especially in just the 1/8 mile, so I was kind of disappointed in the way it was.
Yeah, and it's not like that motor's a real big cubic inch either. I mean, you know, it ain't but a 482, so I mean, you could expect a 540 or 572 or something like that to kind of run out of blower, at a certain point. But
well, also, that blower had several cylinders, as much as 30% leakage.
Yeah, so, that's true. That motor was just wore out too. So
it was pretty sad. It was tired. So anyway, we'll come back for a fresh motor and a little bit bigger blower, and we'll see what this thing's gonna do.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'm gonna go ahead and start talking smack right now. I just don't want everybody to know about it just yet. I thought you was somebody that walked in here. But, I got some bills I need to pay, and Ronnie Sanders with the Hillside Hustler, he's one of them.
think I about got this one out. 3. And one little spot left up here. So you can kind of see it's working with about 3 layers of material here. But that's what's left. It's not too bad. And I tell you, whoever braced these things, like, they went in there and laid it in there. But those floor pan supports, I think, are pretty common to rust out. And it's like Dad was saying, you see a lot of these shows and they gripe about some of these old repairs and stuff like that people did, but I mean, you can't really gripe about them that much. They were just using what they had, you know. Probably when a lot of this stuff was done might have been back in the 70s or maybe even the 60s, and there weren't any replacement parts. Like, nobody was making restoration parts or replacement sheet metal, and that stuff was probably getting hard to get at like a dealership or something like that, you know. So they just did what they had to do. You couldn't just hop online and order a set of floor pans or floor braces or anything like that. So they just did what they had to do. So I can't knock them for that, you know. We got it all out of here, and like I said, it worked for the time being, obviously, and it was actually pretty solid. So, but yeah, guys, so got the floor pans out of this thing. Now I got to tackle getting the new ones fit. I got to clean all this stuff up a little bit more, obviously. Try to salvage this middle floor brace, because or I may try to order a new one or something, and just see how much of it is left, and maybe get online and just do a little bit of research on that kind of stuff. But anyway, I mean, it's coming apart, so now we've got it pretty much fully Flintstoned, and I got to get it on the rack next and get up under there and cut some of these old braces that they had kind of makeshift put in there. Cut all that stuff out and clean up the frame and start just cleaning up this stuff, do a little more trimming, and then start fitting the new pans in here. So then once we do that, we'll have a good run on it. So I got to figure out what to do with these rockers. The outer rockers seem to be decent, but I just need to want to make sure I have a good structure. That one over there is better and worse than this one. So I'm just going to figure out what to do with those, and to try to make those solid and do a halfway decent repair on them. All right, guys, so I wanted to kind of take some time. I know I asked for suggestions on what to do with this car in the last episode, and I got some really cool suggestions. I think probably the most popular one was to probably turn it into a tow rig for Aces High, which I think is a great idea. So that one's definitely high on the list, and it may actually get combined with some different ideas. So one of my favorite looks for Tri-5 Chevy, one of the looks that I was originally going to go for with Aces High is that 70s junior stock or modified production look, and I'll flash up some pictures of some of those cars. But basically, you know, still a full body 57, and for whatever reason the wagons were super popular in junior stock and modified production. Maybe some of you guys might know why they were so popular of a body to use in those classes, where they had to do a weight or weight transfer or something like that. But yeah, I just love that look of, you know, some like Kragers, skinny Kragers on the front with tall tires, fender well headers, and Kragers out back, you know, like 7 or 8 inch Kragers with a little skinny slick on it tucked up under the factory wheel wells. So I think if I had to choose a look for this car, it'd probably be that. I'm even looking at this car, and you see some of the more famous junior stockers, they did the whole stripes on the roof. So what I'm thinking is, if I can salvage this paint on the outside, maybe get a little shine back to it, but just kind of leave it like it is, leave the body like it is, maybe add the stripes to the top, do the Kragers all the way around, maybe front bumperless, or keep the front bumper possibly fender well headers. That's another thing to keep in mind. I'm still planning on flipping this car eventually. Like once I get it built and running and driving and stuff like that, I want to put it up for sale, try to recoup my cash out of it, and maybe make a little bit and put that in the ASSI, maybe build a bigger motor or something like that in the future. So, but yeah, guys, so that's kind of what I'm thinking on this whole deal. Let me know what you think as always. I really appreciate you guys tuning in as always. It's we got a little bit of a cool snap here in Mississippi, so I figured I'd jump on this thing and try to make a little progress on it. It's still very sweaty, but yeah, it's cooler than normal. So anyway, but all right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.